welcome back to my channel. I'm Katie, if you didn't know, and I'm an illustrator. One of the ways I'm able to support myself as an artist is through Patreon. I asked you guys over on Instagram to ask me some questions you have regarding running a Patreon and my experience with it. So I will be sprinkling those questions in throughout this whole month-long video. I will be taking you through how I ran my Patreon in January and also, wink, if you know, you know, working on my secret shop update. I started my Patreon around 6 months ago. I have a whole video of that process, but I recently just did a revamp, changed all my tier names and stuff, so I'm excited to show you guys that too. If you've ever been curious on how I run my Patreon or you're looking to start one yourself, this is the video for you. Sit back, relax, grab a snack. We're gonna go back to the beginning of January. So yeah, at the end of this video, if you're interested in supporting me and my art on Patreon, I will leave a link below. But if you'd like to support for free, just like and leave a comment on this video. It still really helps and I appreciate the support either way. So let's get started. Hello, I'm going to be voicing over most of this video to get all your questions answered, and right here you see me illustrating my January rewards. That's usually the first thing I will do before the month starts, and this theme was a very cozy wintry theme with my dog Luna reading a book. It's super cozy and I loved how it turned out. So let's start with the most basic question you guys sent in. What the heck is the purpose of Patreon? Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support all your favorite creators. You've probably heard a lot of your favorite YouTubers talk about joining their Patreon. So in turn, you could get different benefits from them, and these benefits vary by artist. For instance, I offer 6 different tiers ranging from $2 to $17 with digital and physical mailed rewards. And I just did a tier name and icon revamp. So my new tiers are in order: Fishy Friends, Snazzy Shrimps Book Club, Rainbow Trouts, Puffer Pals, Lil Sardines, and Big Tuna. You can see I have a little like fish theme going on here. I won't bore you with all the specific benefits, but each month I do create a different print, sticker, and bookmark, so that is what you can see me making right now. Finished the rewards this morning, and right now I'm making the preview, so I will post this on Patreon before the month starts so my patrons can see what's coming up for the next month, and I will post this to my socials once January begins. I think I'm pretty much done with the rewards preview, so I'm gonna go post this on Patreon, and I'm also gonna create a schedule for January, and there I just like to put a rough idea of what you could expect and what dates you could expect things. So this is what they both look like for January. I always love putting up a good poll because I always love to have a second opinion, and I'm really glad that everyone voted for wallpapers and icons because I love making wallpapers and icons. So these are for my Rainbow Trouts digital rewards tier, and that tier also comes with a monthly video or podcast and some sketchbook things. I did a couple of really rough sketches just to get my ideas on paper for the digital download for this month. I'm just gonna leave this open so I can reference it, and then I'm going to make the icons with Procreate. I'm gonna keep it simple and just stick to line drawings for these. Personally, I don't like my desktop wallpaper and all the folder icons to be really bright and colorful. It kind of is distracting, so I'm gonna keep them simple. Yeah, let's get started. Back into the questions. How do you come up with your tiers? Yeah, so when I was first planning last June, I did research on what other artists in my niche were offering, and I also was subscribed to a lot of artists, and I really love the idea of happy mail rewards tiers. So I really wanted to do like a print and sticker each month. And then I also didn't see a lot of artists having a book club, and I love reading, so I wanted to make a community of like-minded people who like art and reading. So that's kind of how my tiers came to be, and I wanted to make sure the book club was accessible and that I was also offering digital rewards for those who might be international or who can't afford the higher price of the mailed reward tiers. So that's kind of how they came to be. So the next question is kind of like a three-parter. A lot of you asked the same question, so I'm going to combine them all into this one. And that is, when did you know it was the right time to launch a Patreon? How many followers did you have when you launched one? And what pushed you to start? I think I had around 15,000 YouTube subscribers and about 30,000 Instagram followers. I pushed myself to start, one, so I could have more financial stability before I decided to quit my job. And two, I really wanted to make mailed rewards and start a book club. I just thought it would be like the most fun thing ever. And what's great about Patreon is that it allows artists to have a monthly income stream. Although, yeah, that number can fluctuate month to month, but it does stay relatively consistent. And I was a little bit insecure about starting it prematurely and scared people wouldn't sign up. So that's why I waited until I had a bigger number of followers. But I don't think you should feel like you have to wait at all. You could even start with a tip jar or digital rewards tier, and if one or two people join, like, that's awesome. That's two whole people. That's still really cool. Yeah, I don't think you should be discouraged by your follower count to start a Patreon. In my opinion, if you're creating quality content and have something your followers can get value out of, I think you should start one. I don't know. I feel like there's no harm in really trying. Yeah, I thought no one would sign up for my Patreon, and I don't think that fear should stop you. Oh, also, last thing, I wouldn't start one until you are dedicated to it and have the time commitment for it, because it does take a lot of time. Just be aware of that. Okay, I'm so excited for this next part. You're able to set up a goal on Patreon, and my initial goal was to hit 100 patrons and do a secret shop update, and it's finally coming true. Thank you to enamelpins.com for sponsoring this video and allowing me to design a few pins and stickers for my secret shop. If you'd like to see a whole video on the design process, it's up on my Rainbow Trouts tier. But now it's time to unbox them. A little backstory on my pin manufacturer journey. Last shop update, I tried out a manufacturer here in Philly, but it was extremely expensive for me and my business right now. And I had used enamelpins.com before, actually, for my strawberry mochi pins. And the quality was really great for the price. So when they reached out to me, I was very excited to create some more designs with them. And the thing that's great with them is that the minimum order quantity is lower. So you can start off smaller if you're not ready to get like 100 pieces right off the bat. And my advice to you when choosing a manufacturer is to make a pros and cons list. So enamelpins.com has over 20 years of experience and free shipping to the US, UK, CA, and AU. And their design team is very responsive and helpful. Just keep in mind that the time zone difference is different if you're in the US, so you may just see a lag in response there, but they're really great. They have so many different options for pins, including soft and hard enamel pins, 3D cutout pins, etc. You can customize it to have anything from glitter to glow in the dark. As for stickers, they do custom stickers with no minimum. And again, they offer so many different kinds of stickers, from glossy to matte vinyl, from holographic to glitter to sticker sheets. Like, you could literally do anything. I am so in love with this and everything I created, and I can't wait to have the secret shop update. Like, the library card pin, I am so obsessed with it. If you're interested in designing your own pins and stickers, check out the link to enamelpins.com below. And yeah, I'm very excited. All right, it is January 6th. Forget if I told you in this video yet, but this month we are reading Pachinko, which I am so excited. It was one of my favorite books of 2022, so I'm excited that everyone else is going to be reading it. This is One of the things I love about having a little book club, I get to talk about all my favorite books with a larger group of people. Top choices were Pachinko and Conversations with Friends, which Conversations with Friends is one of my favorite books. So I'm also sad that one wasn't chosen, but maybe another month we'll read that one. Still kind of the beginning of the month, so I want to get some stuff done now. So at the beginning of the month, I'll put the previous month's rewards up on my secret shop, so those who aren't in the mailed reward tiers can have a chance to get any of the leftovers. And I got a couple questions about that process, how many prints I order, so we'll talk about that. I'm going to take shop inventory and then pack up some of the secret shop orders right now. Thank you all for sending in your questions, by the way. I love doing a little Q&A moment. Next question is, what do you do to get people to sign up? How do you educate people who don't know what it is? So I do a couple things. You saw before that I did those mailed previews, so I'll post those on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube. And from there, I kind of once in a while I'll share that or reshare it, or once the rewards come in, I'll take a picture of that so people can see what they look like in person. And how I educate people who don't know what it is through videos like this on YouTube. How to mention it here or there in a YouTube video. YouTube is a great way to mention Patreon because it is a more face-to-face platform, so I get to like kind of chat freely with you guys and I feel like you know more of me, whereas if you follow me on Instagram you don't see like me as much. So yeah, I do use YouTube as like a main form of marketing for my Patreon. How do you create a sense of community? One thing I really like is that you can connect your Patreon to Discord. So mine has a bunch of different channels for different topics. And then I have a secret channel for my book club patrons where we talk specifically about the book club things. I try to stay fairly active on there, but also on actual Patreon, I post a lot of polls and we also have a bunch of Discord events. And everyone so far has been really awesome, really active on the Discord, and it makes me happy when I see like people chatting and making friends. I do book club co-working sessions twice a month, and then I also do a Discord movie night. So there everyone can live chat and then get to know each other a little bit more. And then I also like to sprinkle in polls here and there. Sometimes I ask everyone for help on my YouTube thumbnails, or if I'm doing a shop update, I'll ask you all like what I should make and what products you guys are interested in. So that's another way I like to keep everybody in the loop. Did you notice anything different about me? I picked up the Patreon prints yesterday at my local print shop, and the stickers came in last week. I usually ship out my first round of mail around the 15th to 16th of each month, and that captures everyone who is charged from January 1st to January 15th or 16th, and it's the 18th. Fortunately, the printer I usually go to was having print delays because of something with their printer. They let me know. So I'm a couple days behind on sending out the mail. Of course, I already let all my patrons know because I think you should keep open communication. And yeah, I would appreciate the heads up, so I give everyone the heads up. Everyone is cool with it, which I'm really happy about. Just got the notification that the bookmarks are ready to pick up, so I'm gonna go get the bookmarks. So one of the questions you guys asked is, when do I order the rewards? I usually order them the first week of the month. So for instance, in January, I ordered them around January 6th. And then if I do already have them made early, I'll just order them and then I'll just already have them so I don't have to worry about it. Local printer usually takes 3 to 5 business days, and then I could go ahead and pick the print and bookmark up so I don't have to worry about shipping. So that's nice. If I ordered the first week of the month, they're usually on time for the middle of the month, except this month. Of course, the time I'm filming it, it's not. For the stickers, they usually take about a week to be shipped out, so I usually also order them the first of the month. The more prepared you are, the better. Like, I really want to get started on my February rewards like today so that I could order them and then perhaps ship them a little bit earlier next month. So let's go pick up the bookmarks. Just kidding, I just checked the email and their pickup days are Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, so not Wednesdays. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. So we will go get them tomorrow. I think maybe I will either start on the February rewards right now or get all the orders set up to get packed tomorrow so I could go right away in the morning and then come back. Just went and picked up the bookmarks, so now we could open the January rewards. I'm so excited. Usually I'll walk to the printing studio, but it's raining today and sometimes it's a little bit dangerous walking alone as a woman. Oh, I asked my brother to drive me and I'm glad he did. Because it did feel a little bit unsafe. Anyway, let's open these. I'm so excited. They already look so good. Oh, cute. Those are really cute, and I'm gonna round the corners, obviously. Let's do the stickers next. I'm actually really curious on how they look. Oh my god, this sticker looks so cute. Get a load of this. Oh, that's so cute. And then the back of the bookmark has the same Sleepy Luna. Oh, I love that. And these are matte vinyl, so you can put them on your water bottle and get water on them. And yeah. I think another question I got is how many do you order? So, okay, whoa, first. So cute. But here's the back. Wow, I love them. I'm really happy about these rewards. This is what the back looks like. They match. Really cute. The question, someone asked me how many do I end up ordering? So I'll take how many patrons I have in the beginning of the month, and then I will order about 20 to 25% more. Do want to make sure I have extras in case like someone's mail gets lost and I need to replace theirs. And it's just nice to have extras. Sometimes I'll bring them to my in-person events. Any leftover stickers, prints, or bookmarks I have, I put them on my secret shop so those in the lower tiers can still enjoy them. However, if you do wait until I put them up on the secret shop, there might be limited stock. So if you really want to guarantee that you get the rewards, I recommend signing up for the mailed rewards tiers. Sometimes I'll have no stickers left over, or I'll have like 5 bookmarks left over, so it really depends. Definitely always order more, or if you do make your prints and stuff at home, I would make them as you go. I feel like that is a good way if you're just getting started, like ordering a whole bunch of prints and then not knowing what to do with them afterwards. So yeah, maybe start out making them at home first. A lot of you asked me how I create my address labels, so I print them out with my label printer and I use Microsoft Word to create the labels. And everyone has different equipment, so this might be different for you. But basically what I do is I start a mail merge and then I select my Excel list that I exported from Patreon. And before taking it into Word, I'll clean up that Excel file to make sure everyone's address is correct. And it's a little bit different on Mac versus PC, so I had to do a workaround by using the insert merge field button there, and this will take all your columns in Excel and put them on here. So I just did name, address, city, state, zip, what you would expect on an address label. From there, I just messed with the spacing a little bit so all of it fits on the label. Once I have that, I'll hit finish and merge, and then that will create all the labels based off my Excel sheet. I'm sorry, this was a really fast tutorial. Honestly, I was so confused by this at first, but there are tons of free tutorials on YouTube and Google. If you just do a little Google search, I think you'll be able to figure it out. But yeah, from here, I just print them out on my label printer. So I printed out all the labels and then I broke them up by tiers. So we have the print one, print sticker, and then print sticker and bookmark tiers. I showed you how I made the mailing labels, but then afterwards, I do need to do a lot of cleaning up in the Excel document that I export from Patreon. Sometimes like the addresses get messed up, sometimes names gets messed up, and zip code. So I just go ahead and double check that everything looks good before I go and print out the Word documents. A bit confusing, but once you get your process down, it's the same thing each month and it's not too bad now. It takes me about an hour or so to fix up all the addresses and get them printed. So now we could start packing up the Patreon rewards. I don't know why packing Patreon rewards is so therapeutic. It's just very calm and relaxing. So, next question. When is the right time to send the rewards for each tier? So I do it in the middle of the month and at the end of the month, just so I could break it down. And with how my billing works, I just like doing it that way. But I know a lot of people either send it at the beginning of the month or all at the end of the month. So it's really up to you and what your time commitment is. And then next question, how do you go about international patrons? Do you use letter mail? Yes, I ship everything out with letter mail, and my international patrons aren't charged more for shipping. All of that cost is baked into the tier price. I do give the international mail a little bit more protection, so I'll wrap them in a glassine bag. And I haven't had trouble with international mail not getting to the recipient, although there's some times where the mail is out of my control and it gets lost. But that hasn't been too much of an issue. If that ever happens, the patron usually reaches out to me and then we could get it fixed right away. Domestic and international mail is all sent out together. Okay, I do not know what's going on with my hair. I slept on it wet, and this is kind of how I woke up. So please ignore my hair. I am still working out how I want to style it. I finished putting the postage on all the Patreon rewards. So these are all the ones from the first half of the month. And I'm gonna go to the post office a little bit later today because there is a new ice cream shop opening up by the post office, and they're giving away $1 ice cream and tote bags from 4 to 6. These babies off before the weekend and then get myself some ice cream because that seems like amazing. This is a heavy fat stack and I am just looking at it and I feel super grateful for all my patrons. Like when I started it, I did not ever think I would be holding a stack this large, and yeah, I appreciate and love every single one of you, and I'm so excited for you to get the January rewards. This is also, I don't know if I said this, this is also secret shop orders, so I had around like 10 secret shop orders that are in there. And today is January 20th, so I'm gonna get started on the February rewards today, and I also am posting my Patreon podcast tomorrow on Saturday. So I'm going to record that. I'm gonna have to steal the mic off this camera, so we're gonna do that. And it usually takes around an hour and a half, depending on how long the podcast is. So I think today it's probably gonna be around 30 to 40 minutes. If you're interested in hearing my 2022 favorites and my 2023 goals and resolutions and just like have a chill chat while you're doing stuff, check out the podcast. It's available on my $6 digital downloads tier. So I alternate between a monthly exclusive video and then a podcast. So the podcast is every 2 months. Yeah, definitely check it out. I do have like a backlog of, I think, 3-ish videos and 3-ish podcasts, so definitely check it out. Podcast is scheduled. Now let's go drop off the rewards at the post office. Ready to go? Ready to go? Ready to go? Are you ready? Oh no. Happy Lunar New Year. I'm so excited because I'm unboxing something really fun today. As you guys know, I was able to upgrade to a new MacBook, and that has made my life 100 times better. With the help of my patrons and your support, I was able to purchase myself a new monitor. So I'm really excited about this one. It's really cool. It's a Samsung monitor, and yeah, let's unbox it. I can't wait. I'm eternally grateful for you and your support, so I am able to upgrade some of my items and create better quality things and like not have my computer crash every 10 minutes. So I want to get this set up today because tonight is our Discord movie. We are continuing the Twilight Saga. I think we are on Eclipse Part 1 now. Like, we have watched all the Twilight movies, so I'm gonna be very sad when this saga is over, but I want to get all this set up so we can watch Twilight together comfortably. One other thing to unbox. Got another bulb for my salt lamp because the other bulb died, and then I ordered another replacement and it got stolen off my porch, so that was not fun. I've been dying without my salt lamp. Like, I just need that warm light from it. Working at my desk is not the same without my salt lamp. Goes in like so. And I really hope this works too because this light has a dimmer, which is really cool. So yay! It's alive again. Ooh, it gets really bright. Oh my gosh, I love that. So I see a lot of the art girlies have their Apple monitors. Oh, my earring. This fell in my ear before, I'm so glad I found it. Anyway, what was I saying? I see a lot of the art girlies with their Apple computers, the ones that are like very colorful and cute. But since I just got a MacBook, I was like, I don't think I should get a whole separate desktop situation, so I decided to get a monitor that I could connect to my laptop. And originally I was debating on the Apple Studio Display, however that's like $1,300 and I cannot afford it. I was just browsing and I saw this Samsung one and it seemed really cool. I saw good reviews on it. It is the Samsung M8 monitor, and the reason I got kind of sold on it was because it came in those nice pretty colors. Well, I guess you'll see in a second. Before, I was using a monitor that I actually got from work and they never asked for it back, so I just didn't give it back, but it wasn't the best piece of equipment. I decided to finally invest in my own monitor. Gosh, I'm so excited for this. So it looks like it comes with obviously the monitor and it has an adjustable stand and then all like the cords and wires. But the cool thing about this is that it's also a smart TV. Oh my god, I was panicking getting the audio to work and setting this all up in time, so I had to postpone it by 30 minutes, but it works now, everyone's on stream, and I'm so excited to watch Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1. I'm gonna relax, watch the movie with everyone. I always look forward to this day because it's so funny watching the movies in chat with everybody, so yay! Just showered this morning. I spent some time brainstorming some ideas for February's rewards, and I think I found an idea that I like. I'm gonna do something Valentine's Day themed with a bunch of bunnies and flowers and pink and red. I'm gonna go transfer all these to my iPad. I got my 3 drinks here with me and I'm ready to just draw and crank these out today. Got my matcha, got my smoothie, got my water. And a lot of you guys ask me how I think of ideas each month, and it kind of is a mixture of whatever I'm thinking of at the moment or just a theme of the month. During the winter months, I'll do kind of more of a wintry theme. Or for February, it's Valentine's Day, so I'm doing something Valentine's Day themed. So kind of going along with like the seasons sometimes, or other times I just do whatever I feel like doing in the moment. For September, I did the Cat Cafe one, which is kind of not related to September at all, but it was kind of fun, cozy coffee shop vibes. It really helps me getting a bunch of ideas on the paper first. Like I'll just like brainstorm different words that stand out to me for that certain month, and then I'll kind of like evolve an idea from there. Okay, so I'm starting my February rewards now, and guys, I spent a couple hours on this one piece and I completely hated it at the end. I don't know why, like I didn't really like it that much, so I just scrapped the idea, and you'll see I kind of started on another sketch. But anyway, I have a couple more questions before we wrap up the video, and one of them is how to not burn out of ideas every single month. This is hard because I do feel like I'm in a art block burnout right now. And I think how to not burn out of ideas is creating those themes for each month. So I'll usually ask everyone a theme they would like to see, or last month I think I did a list of 10 adjectives and I had everybody vote on the 3 adjectives they'd like to see. So from there I kind of like make a prompt for myself, and that is a really great way not to get idea burnout, and it's also kind of a fun practice. Next question is a loaded question. How do you plan it all? I use Notion. I use Notion to plan out all the posts and everything, and that's really where the schedule of the month comes to play, because then I could plan out how much time I'm allotting for each task, and I'll usually give myself like a week to do each of these things. Pretty much how I plan it, and each month is kind of the same, so by now I kind of have an idea of what I need to do each month and how long it's going to take me. And with that, someone asked, how much time do you spend on Patreon? I would say it probably takes around 30% of my time. Another question I got is, what percent does it make up of your art income? And it also is around 30% of my art income, so it's kind of proportional to the amount of time I spend on it compared to like all my other things I do. The good thing about it is that everything is spread out throughout the month, so I'm not doing all my Patreon things one week. I can break them up into smaller, manageable chunks. And yeah, I always try to plan ahead as far as possible, so yeah, this year I'm really trying to work on that and do my rewards for each month before the month like starts. And the last question is, what's the most challenging part and what's the easiest part? I think making the rewards each month, I think probably, because yes, art burnout does happen, and then when I'm in a month where I'm like not feeling my best with my art and everything, it's really hard to like go and make a bookmark, a sticker, and a print. But I have been able to do it. So we'll see in the future how much of a challenge that comes. Again, I do like do all those things to like help me overcome that art block and not have me run out of ideas. But yeah, it is still challenging making something each month. And it gets really, it gets like kind of scary if you fall behind, because there's like a whole bunch of people who are like waiting on these rewards and are spending their money on you. So like, I don't want to let them down. So I think that's probably the most challenging part. The easiest part, I think, is just chatting with everybody and having a good time on there. I love just I just love seeing everyone's messages. And yeah, I think the people aspect is probably the easiest part of Patreon. And with that, those are all the questions. Yeah, if I'm still like debating on what I want to do for the February rewards, so I'm definitely going to be putting up some polls and stuff. So if you guys want to put your input in for February, check out Patreon, and I have like so much stuff on there. There's like a whole backlog of 6 months of content on there now. So yeah, I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. That is a wrap on this month so far. There is still a week left in January. But the rest of the month is a repeat of what you saw. So we're gonna do another co-working session tomorrow, and then I'm gonna be packing up the second half of the month's rewards January 31st. And for those who did read Pachinko, we get to discuss a little bit more at the end of the month, so that's fun. And of course, throughout this video, there were posts and things that I put on Patreon that I didn't talk about in the video. So if you want to see all those extra bits and bobs, definitely check out Patreon. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!